all, Bridget Bartlett here with My Vision Agency, and today I'm going to show you how to easily set up a course inside of your HighLevel account. Now, if you're not a HighLevel customer yet, you can go to myvisionagency.com. You can sign up here to access our free community, and we can help you choose the right plan or even help you decide if HighLevel is a good solution for you. So go to myvisionagency.com to check all of that out. If you're ready to create a free trial, you can go ahead and click here. You'll get a free membership in our reseller program. If you're a current HighLevel customer and you'd like to join our reseller program, you can see your option to join here. Now, inside of your HighLevel sub-account, you'll see the client portal here. This needs to be set up first before you can create your course. And if you don't know how to set this up, I just created a video yesterday to walk you through the process. I'll put that in the description of today's video inside of the community. Now, let's go into the memberships area, and you'll see here that we have courses. Let's go ahead and go into the course dashboard. In the course dashboard, you can tell how many opt-ins you've had, members, sales, and checkouts. If we go to the products area here, you'll see this is where you're going to build your course. You have the offers section. This is where we're going to combine the different courses into our separate offers that we're creating. You also have the analytics tab here. This is going to help you track where your users are at in the process. You can also check the assessments, member analytics, and revenue analytics as well. And inside of the settings, what you want to do is go to the site settings first. And you'll see here that we already have a domain connected, and this is the domain that we added to our client portal. Because remember, all of the courses are housed inside of the client portal, as well as our community and the affiliate program and the subscription billing management. All of those things are housed inside the client portal. So we want to set that up in the client portal, but we need to create the course here first. So we've added our domain here. You can also add your logo, you can add the favicon, and you can even choose if you want your viewers to be able to download the video from your membership area. Once you get all that set, of course, you want to click Save. Let's go back to the settings. And now we have the domain set up. And again, it takes you to the client portal. It's actually set up like this because we used to not have the client portal, and we had to do all of these things individually. So that's why it routes you back to the client portal, just in case you're wondering. In the email settings here, you'll see that we actually go to the client portal course area in the email settings, and you'll see all of these options that you have available already built in. So if you want to send a welcome email when someone registers for your course, you want to make sure that this is checked on. You can also send an email when you are dripping campaigns, the offer access email, new comments in a course, and new course materials unlocked. If you want to see what that email looks like, you can check that out there. You can even customize these emails in the marketing tab. Again, I'll put a link in the description for where to access that training. Let's go back to the settings here. And then now you have the app settings. So you can actually download the app, which is the Collab app. However, we'd have a PWA that you could use just for the course area that your students or clients could download and access from their phone. However, the client portal now can be accessed in the Collab network. You can also white label that as well. So let's now go into the products section and let's create our first course. So when I click here to create a course, you'll see that you can start the course from scratch, or if you are someone who's using Kajabi and you want to import all of your courses, you can easily do that with this option here. I'm going to go ahead and click here to start a course from scratch, and we can choose one of the layouts here. So we can choose a sprint course, a marathon course, membership, or build your own. The only difference is it just starts out and pre-builds a little bit for you. I'm just going to go ahead and build my own from scratch. And let's go ahead and give it a name. We're going to say demo course, create product. Okay, so now you can see that I have my first section here, and then I also have a course completion certificate section. If I don't want this, I could just simply click here and delete the certificate. But it is important to know that you can create custom certificates. You can send them out automatically. You can build workflows. You can actually create really beautiful certificates there in that area. Now, if I was creating this course for my live replays or something like that, I would have put them in category based on whatever the topic is. So if I was doing today's training and putting this in a category, I would say courses. And then, of course, I'd want to save. I can make this a draft. I can lock this course, which means this category will become locked for your members until the selected post is completed. I can also drip this course. So this means this category will become available for your members on a specific number of days after they acquire the product. And then you can choose the days here, or you can even choose a specific date there. You can give your category a thumbnail here, and you could just upload that there. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And we could create our first module within the course. So if this is courses, maybe this area here is going to be getting started, because this would be the first lesson in our course. Now, when we are creating the modules within our course, we can upload the video. We can also add the video using a link here. You can even upload audio from your device, or even the audio from a link. When you are building out the content below your video or your audio, you can add the custom code here. You can set the paragraph text. You have all of the same options here that you do inside of any editor. You can also attach files here if you want them to be able to download different documents in the course. And of course, once you get all of this set, you want to click Save. And let's go back. Now, if I wanted to add a new section to this course here, I could click here to create a new category. I could even add a certificate there. But let's go ahead and create a new category. And let's say this one is websites. And you'll see here, I have a whole new section. And of course, we need to add a lesson to this course here. So let's say this one is getting started as well. Okay. Now, if we needed to add another lesson to this section here, we could just click here. And then we could add a lesson, a subcategory, an assessment, or a certificate. So let's add another lesson. We'll say build website. And then now you see this is shaping up to be a new module. You'll see these are in draft form. So if I want to enable this lesson here, I can do that, but this whole section is in draft mode. So if I want this to be viewable, I need to make sure that this is published as well. Now, the way that this is set up is this module or this section will be viewable, but only this lesson inside that section will be viewable, and this is still marked as draft mode. If we go over to the details section, you'll see here that you want to give your course a title. You can give it a description. You can give it a thumbnail here. You also have some other customizations for the instructor. You can upload the headshot here, give the instructor a name, a title, add some bio here. The logo image, you can add your favicon. And then you have some advanced functionality too. So if you need to add the custom JS or custom CSS, you can also add the tracking header and footer here in this section. If we go over to the customize area, you'll see that we do have a default theme available here. We can also click here to choose from any of the other themes. And if you want to really customize your theme, you actually have a new option here, which is the advanced customizer. So if we click that option, go ahead and confirm. We can now click in here and then customize our course. Now you do have two different layouts here. You have the product layout, which is the main page of the course. And then you have the lesson, which is each individual lesson inside of that course. So you want to make sure to toggle between them when you're designing them to make sure that you get the look that you want. You do have the color theme here that you can change, the text theme, the background image. You can change this color theme of the header. You can also change what the search option looks like here. You have the hero image, which is this area here that you can change. You also have the body area. You can even add blocks. So if I wanted to add maybe a video block here, I could do that. And then, of course, add my video. I can really customize this however I wish. I have the sidebar here that I can customize, so I can change what the progress block looks like. I can also, if we go back here, I can change what the instructor block looks like, and I have all of these adjustments that I can make here. Inside the lesson area, I can change the color theme of the design layout, the text theme, the background image, the breadcrumb area. I could change what the player looks like if I have videos in my course. I can also adjust the body and add text and calls to action. I can change what the comments look like and the sidebar. I do have another training where I go more in depth and all of this. And again, I'll put that link in the description. Actually, let's go ahead and save and apply. And let's go ahead and go back. And now if we're moving over to the right, you'll see this is the same option here. If I go back to the course, let's go in here. And you'll see I have all of the same options that I just showed you. So we have customize. The next option is the offers. So what we need to do now is we need to create an offer that will allow us to grant someone access to this course. Now, the reason that we have to do that is because you may have multiple different courses. So let's go ahead and duplicate this course. And you can see that we do have the ability as the HighLevel agency owner to duplicate courses several ways. We can preview it here. We can edit the details, but we can clone the course. So if I click clone here, I can clone this course in this location, or I could even choose other locations inside my HighLevel account that I want to clone this course in. I can also go here and click the share button. And then I have this link here, which is actually my HighLevel affiliate link that I could share with someone outside of my account. And if they sign up or if they are a HighLevel customer, they will be able to import this course directly into their own HighLevel account. What I want to do in this case, I'm just going to clone in my location. And then now I will have two courses. Now, one is called Demo Course Clone, and the other is called Demo Course. So now let's go into the offers. We can go back into the course, or we can just go here to the offers, same process. And I'm going to click here to create the offer. So we're going to call this Demo 1. And now in this offer, I need to decide when I grant access to this offer to a specific person, what do I want them to have access to? I may have just this one course that is a free course, and then I may have an upsell that goes to this other course here. Maybe I want them to have access to both courses. And if that's the case, I would just choose both courses. But if I just want one and I want to build out different offers based on my plans, I want to choose those products here. And then I can choose a one-time recurring, or I can make this free. I actually prefer and recommend making this free at this level because there are better ways that you can charge for your courses, like building out a page, having them use a standard order form. You likely have other products you want to grant them access to as well. And so if you can do that in a workflow, it definitely makes it a little bit easier and more streamlined. The price text override here means if you want to type out the value, and of course, if you want to test the course, it's defaulted to test, but you can move that into live mode once you've tested it and ensured everything is working properly. Just going to leave it there and then create. So now you see that we have our offer created called Demo 1, and we only have this course in this offer. You can see the draft and publish. Let's go ahead and publish. You can see our price here, the offer access, which we can set to begin at a specific date or restrict access to specific amount of days. And we can also add a image here for this offer. I'm just going to go ahead and save. Now, inside of this offer, we can also build upsells to another course if we want to. We can choose the one-click upsell or the in-app upsell. We can grab a link to that. And of course, we could preview that. Let's go back. And you have more actions here, which is simply to delete the offer. So now we have created our course. We have created the offer to grant someone access to the course. Now, I told you that it's better to do this in the automation. So what I want to do is I want to go now to the automations. And I'm just going to create a new workflow. We'll start from scratch. And let's say that the trigger of this workflow is when they submit an order form, okay, which means they made a purchase. So I'm going to say this product is, let's say when they purchase this product, it's going to trigger this automation to take place. So if I wanted to maybe add a tag, or maybe I need to update the contact, I could do all of those things inside of this workflow. But when I get to the point where I want to grant them access to the course, what I need to do is I need to search grant. And you'll see here, course grant offer. So I want to click here, and then I want to choose that offer that we just created, demo 1, and save action. Now that's all I need to do is just add this step to any workflow. And then when our lead or our customer gets to this point, it will grant them access to the offer. Now I don't need to send a welcome email saying that they have access, because I showed you that in the beginning of the video where the client portal determines all of those emails. Now, if I wanted to uncheck the box in the client portal and I did not want it to send an email, the alternative would be to go here inside of the workflow. You can do send email. You want to fill out all of this information here, but the important part that you need to put in this email is the client portal magic link. What this is going to do is it's going to grant them access to the course here, but it's going to give them a magic link where they'll be able to click it and they'll go to the client portal and they will have access to all the things that you've granted them access to. In this case, the course area. Again, if you do not understand how to set up the client portal, I will put that link in the description of the video. Make sure that you have set that client portal up before you start granting access to the different features inside the client portal. So if you have any questions at all, if you are a reseller in our program, feel free to go to the community tab here. You want to go to the events calendar. You can click on today's date and you can join me in open office hours that will begin as soon as this training is over. If you are in our free community, you can go to that event calendar and click on today's date. You can join us as well. If you're not a member of our free community or our reseller program, you can go to myvisionagency.com. You can sign up here to join our community. You can also click here to create a HighLevel free trial. You can also join our reseller program here if you're a current HighLevel customer. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I look forward to working with you in open office hours. Go make your vision a reality.